Okay. So my thing is I've wanted to have a way for people to, okay, we have our new team page. We have simplicity. We have, like, obviously, if you want it bad enough, it's just like if Shakira never talked to Kiana. She wanted it bad enough. She was going to go get it. She was going to find the answers. So, I can't stand him. I cannot stand him. Anyways, if you want it bad enough, like you're going to sign promoters that want it bad enough. They're going to figure it out. But if we can make it as simple as we can, have it in a full document. So the thing is, there can be a Shakira that signs up and gets it and runs with it. And there can be a person that signs up and looks at the document and they're like, no, never mind. Okay, that's fine, because anything that you taught them or tried to tell them or tried to help them with, they were going to feel that way anyways. So I feel like that starter packet is kind of like an answer that we needed to, like right now, if Amy just had some random person come up and be like, okay, I'm about to join your team, I feel like you can send that packet out and have confidence in whether they're going to want it or not, whether they're going to get it or not. So, like I said, I know we simplified the team page. We started the new team page and everything else, and it's great. I think all the training videos in there are wonderful. It's very personalized. It's very easy to navigate. So when I sign someone, I am confident that even if we just had the team page and they went in there, then cool. But I do feel like this packet does break it down. Like Amy said, there's questions that we don't know. Like I can say, hey, what are you struggling with? Kiana could ask me, what am I struggling with today? But until you, and that's why I always say, like, if you all are having an issue or you feel like you're doing all the things and you're not getting anywhere, you need a one-on-one with Kiana, because I can sit here and say, I'm tired. I have a headache. And she's going to be like, okay, because it's this, this, and this. Like, she can pinpoint the little things. I can't do that. I'm not that person, but she can pinpoint this because you went to bed at 9:00 and you didn't take this and you didn't do that. And you have a mindset problem. And I'm like, what? Where did that come from? So I really urge you all to, you all are more than welcome to book one-on-ones with me. I can pump you up. We can have a talk. You can get off and be motivated. But if you have something like an underlying issue, I really think and urge you to book something with her. It can be quick. She can do a 10-minute thing with you. I think it'll get to the bottom of whatever's going on. So I just wanted to put that out there. But anyways, keeping everything simple is what I wanted. But I also feel like if you take our whole team, I reached out to you all for a reason. You all are the ones that show up every day. You are the ones that want it. Even if you are struggling, I don't care if your volume is 100. I still see it in you. We still see it in you. And we were like, okay, there's something missing. And, you know, me and Brittany's even talked about, this is why we ended up doing our team page and jumping out of what little box we were in, or whatever you want to call it. We needed to do something different. And I also feel like you all, not necessarily that you need more help, but I feel like if you want that, it should be offered to you. I feel like that you should have this. Oh, well, if I need something, I can call Krista real quick. We can figure this out. I feel like my one-on-one time, not that you have to earn it, but I'm going to give you more attention than someone in the group that never shows up, but they decided to show up today and ask a random question. You don't have access to me to be able to message me and ask me 50,000 questions and take 30 minutes away from my child if you don't show up every day. Like, we have to be real, and that's how I want you all to treat your business too. You know, you're taking away your family time, or, you know, your self time. Maybe you could be watching a Netflix show because you're wore out, but then this promoter underneath you decided to message you and ask you 50 questions they could have found in their back office. That's not okay. I'm not just saying new people, but I'm saying I wanted to be able to pour more into you all because you all show up and you show that you want it. So I also feel like you all are at this, I don't know, like this, you're at this point where it's, what else can I do? I feel like I'm doing all the things, but I want more. I see that you all want more. You want this Cabo. And I'm not saying, I don't know if you all want the Cabo trip, but let's just say we all want to earn it anyways. Just to say you earned it, even if you can't go. You want that 12K. You want that $300 guaranteed bonus on the second Tuesday of every month. Why not? What could that $300 do for you? You want more on your paychecks every Tuesday than you do, a $12 check or a $25 check. I know you all are grateful for anything that you do bring in, the minis that you sell, the products that you love. But let's be real, at the end of the day, this day, it's still money. It's still providing for our family. We love the community, we love the whatever, but I'm not here for, just to play around all day. Like, okay, Bible study. If you're going to Bible study once a week, you're not there just to say, hey, I went to Bible study this week. No, you're supposed to be going to be closer to God or learn whatever you need to learn. You don't just show up because you want to talk for whatever every single day. We're here for that, but we're also not here for that. So I want you all to get real. And that's another reason that I wanted to do this tracker. And I know I mentioned that, but if you're not tracking how much you're working, and I catch myself too, I'm a scroller. So if I feel like, wow, I was on my phone all damn day. Okay, but did I really work? Do I have something to show for it? That's what I want you all to realize. That's what I want you to get intentional about. I want you all to be able to track the money that you have coming in. To be able to, and we don't say order this, order that, pay this, pay that. Y'all know I don't preach that. But I want you all to be able to track the money coming in, just like you track your bills going out. I want you all to be able to pay your KUB, and it wouldn't be KUB for y'all, pay your utilities, pay your cell phone bill. I want you to, the goal for, I know we said this is like a 30-day thing, but obviously it's not. It's more of like let's get your ass to 12K and then we'll reassess and go from there. And then maybe we'll do like a 40K push. But this is more so like, I don't want you all to exhaust yourself and feel like I'm pushing. Because I don't know if you've all ever been in a business where we talk about 90-day push or 30-day push or whatever. That's not what I want this to be. I want this to literally be like a leadership level up, like a get your shit together, realize what you have your hands on, realize who you are, and then level it up. I want you all to realize what you're doing every day and what you're not doing every day. So you can, so with Jamie, just an example, I'm not saying you don't work your business. I know you do your IPAs, but if I let me tell you, I took those pictures today. I know y'all seen them in the content group. That wore me out. I don't know how, I know Jamie likes to do that stuff, but I don't like to do that stuff. So that was a whole thing for me. I don't know. But the things that I do like to do, I feel like we need to reward ourselves. So Jamie's great at the graphics and the pictures and stuff like that. So from the outside looking in, like I said, I'm not talking about you, but from the outside looking in, it's like, oh my gosh, she's got her crap together. She must be a 12K. She must be, because she can do this, and do this. But that's not necessarily how it is. I mean, Kiana's sitting there stuffing her face on this freaking Zoom. At the end of the day, we're who we are. So I want you all to embrace that. I never want you all to think I just got to push and Krista wants me to do this and I got to be this in business. That's not what this is about. At the end of the day, I want you to be able to provide for your family. And I want you all to be able to track your business, track what you're doing, see what works for you, see what don't. So I know I didn't put all the IPAs on here. I didn't put birthdays on here. If you want to add that on and that's something you do every day, then cool. If you don't like doing birthdays, then don't do birthdays. I want you all to figure out what works for you. I do want you all to try everything. But these are mainly the things that I want you to get out of your comfort zone with. I know I talked about going live. I don't like to go live, but to get past where I'm at, that might be something that I have to do. So those are the things that I want you all to start tracking. Look at posts. Exactly. So building those relationships and stuff is what's going to be key. So I want, the main thing is 10 new conversations a day. It doesn't have to be about business, but I can't stand conversations. I'm just going to be honest. I can't. And Kiana knows this. And Brittany used to tell me all the time, conversations. I didn't want to do it. So I didn't do it. So I also didn't get 40K or, my checks go up or anything until I started doing what I had to do. At the end of the day, it's not about selling our products. or our business. It's about, yes, cooking videos. Sometimes you want to do a live like on products or business or whatever, but yes, absolutely. Any kind of live is going to bring you engagement and show you're a human. So that's the main thing. And that's what the conversations are. So if, Kiana posted her Sheen sweaters that she got the other day, have a conversation with that person. Or if they ask what the link was, send them the link and be like, yeah, I love them. Have you ever ordered from Sheen? Where do you order from? Do you like sweater? Like, have these conversations. We're humans. I'm not good at conversations because I'm awkward. Like, if you meet me in person, unless you get me going and you get me hype or something, I'm awkward. I don't do small talk. So that's why conversations are hard for me. But if I don't get out of my comfort zone, I can't tell you all to either. Sure. Go live about you. So don't go live about anything that you don't want the public to know. But you can also, because there's things that Kiana has going on in her personal life that she can't talk about, but she finds a way to bring it out too. So there's ways of relating to people or telling about your personal life without telling your personal business. So you can figure those things out too. So on the daily tracker, go ahead.
Can I real quick? When it comes to your personal life, for whoever asked that, always think of it from a standpoint of someone else that you can help who is going through something similar. And sometimes with some of our stuff, like my personal story from like last year, people wouldn't even believe that it was real. So I doubt anybody else is going through it, but like, cause it doesn't even sound real. It sounds fake. It sounds very unbelievable, but certain parts of it people can relate to. So the court stuff that I went to and the co-parenting and the like all the court related things and custody things, like people can relate to that. So that's something that I briefly touched on to a way that was like uncomfortable for me, but not too uncomfortable and oversharing and can get me in trouble type of uncomfortable, but it was still very uncomfortable to share. So just keep that in mind. Like that kind of takes the pressure off you is my point. It takes the pressure off of you when you know that you are sharing about this topic to help open someone's eyes or to teach them how you dealt with something or to help them through a difficult time or something like that. So keep that in mind with anything that you're not like so sure about sharing about. Just know that, if you keep in mind that you're helping someone else and helping them through something like that, or even just giving them the okay that it's cool for them to talk about it too, something that they're going through that you've also been through, then that kind of will help kind of like ease your fears or worry about sharing stuff. So that's all I wanted to point out.
And it's just like my personal life. I co-parent. I don't talk about it. Most people don't even know Dalen's dad is not DJ because I don't put that out there. That's things that some people, if you know me in person, you may know that. Or if I talk to you in private about it, I don't care to talk about it in my messenger if somebody asks me about it. Because I get that all the time. Like, oh, I didn't know that wasn't her dad. But that's not something that I put out there because I used to put all my business on Facebook. So I had to grow out of that a little bit. So I just, if we get into an argument or something, I don't run to Facebook and talk about it. Yeah, you can speak, Amy. Go ahead.
I was going to say, as far as like going live with personal things, like one of the things I went live about last month was about suicide awareness because I have made multiple suicide attempts in my life. And so that was one thing that was really vulnerable, really hard for me to open up about, but I did it to help others. And so sometimes those things, it can actually kind of be cathartic to get it out there once you're done, even.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, there may be a day where I want to talk about my co-parenting things, but today ain't the day. So, but I really want you all to focus on things like that, not putting your business out there, but putting your personal self out there, who you are, what you like, what you don't like. I don't know, just anything that makes you put it out there. Okay. So the daily tracker, what we're going to do is, I don't want to be like a boot camp person where like I'm going to message you and be like, Amy, you didn't send your tracker in. I need you to do that or you're about to get kicked out of the group. I don't want to be that person, but I do want to hold you all accountable to a certain level to where you need to show up and do these things. Because at the end of the day, I know a lot of you all may not have big teams, but at the end of the day, your team is going to do a third of what you do. So whatever you did today, your team's going to do a third of that. So are you going to have a paycheck on Tuesday or no? I want you all to think about those things, and really leading from the front. If you learn to start now and you get that habit down now and you get these leadership skills down now, then you're going to be good to go. When you get to 12K or 40K and you have a team of 500, you're going to be fine. There's nothing to worry about. You've been doing this for months, years. Because I feel like I've always kind of been thrown into a leadership position. So I feel like I either know what I'm doing or I have no idea. So believe me when I tell you, I know I tell you all the time, I fall short as a leader every day, but I also try to improve that, and I try to be better tomorrow. So I want you all to just focus on those things. What you did today, don't focus on that in the morning and think, oh, well, I didn't even do laundry yesterday. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. No, just start fresh and do more today. Do more today than you did yesterday. Read. That's another thing with the book. We'll talk about that. Okay, I keep getting off subject, but the daily tracker, I printed it out. I was going to screen share it, and it won't let me. I don't know. I restarted my computer. It still won't let me, but whatever. So the tracker, if you want to print it or you want to do like Amy did, that was awesome. Building routine so people learn exactly. So personal development and read 10 pages of a book a day. I want you all to do 2 of these things because, like I said, you may do better reading a book, but if you never read a book, how do you know? And I know a few of y'all said that you don't have a book. We'll figure that out too. And like, even I like to read a book and listen to an Audible because it's 2 different ways of learning, 2 different styles of hearing things and taking things in. So I want you all to do 2 different ways of, I can't stand him. I really cannot stand him. I want you all to learn or do 2 different things. Watch a YouTube video and then read a book. Like, I don't care what 2 things did you do. I just want you to do 2 different things. And then the read 10 pages of a book is very important because I feel like just over the last, I don't know if it's been a month or 2, just since I've read like 3 or 4 books in the last month or 2. Like, that's a lot to me, at least it is. It's just committing to, like, I started with read 10 pages a day, because the thing is that it's who you are when no one's looking. You don't read a book so you know that I read your book. It's you committing to something and doing it every day. And that's who you are. So if you lay down in bed tonight and you're like, oh, I didn't even read my 10 pages of my book, it's fine. And then that happens tomorrow. And then the next day, that's who you are as a person. Do you give up easily? Do you quit? Are you not consistent? You have to be self-aware of these things to be able to fix them. So that's one thing that I've started doing, is being like who I want to be. I want to be the person that commits to reading 10 pages a day. So I've got to where I just do it in the morning so I know it's done and I don't guilt trip myself about it. But I'm telling y'all, just the knowledge that I've gained and just the person that I've become just by reading the books. I know it sounds stupid and it's so simple, but it makes a difference.
I think it kind of helps also. One book that I've been reading lately is Mindset, The New Psychology of Success. It actually talks about the 2 different mindsets. The one that says, oh, I'm a failure, and oh, I failed at this, but I can improve. And so I know it's helping me because my mindset is kind of an in-between of the 2.
Yeah, I agree. And then another thing with that is I want you all to implement these things. I know I just talked about this, but implement these things that you're learning too. So I can give you this tracker and I can say, try this, this, and this. But at the end of the day, if you don't implement this stuff, then what are you doing? You're wasting your time. If you read something in a book and it's like, go on your Instagram and do this and share this and click that, and you read it, okay, cool. But if you didn't go do it, then what was the point of even reading it? You have to implement these things that you're learning, whether it's your leadership or your mindset or whatever. The magic, yes. So like I said, those of you that said you didn't have a book, we'll figure that out. And I mean, I know we're kicking this off, but it's fine. We'll just figure it out. So the next thing is affirmations and gratitude. These are huge. And the magic is a really, really good book to start with. And that's what it talks about, is gratitude. And I don't want your affirmations to be like super simple, like, I'm great. I'm pretty. Like, I don't want them to be simple. I really want you all to dig in with those. Like, I'm a great mom, or I'm a phenomenal mom. Like, I don't care what it is that you're telling yourself, but I want it to be things that really like get you. They connect with you. They're gonna make you start believing. So like,
And something that real quick.
Yep.
Because I think that this is really important. To get your energy behind an affirmation, like what she's saying, you can also reword it to I choose to believe XYZ. So whenever she said that about a good mom, we're like, I'm a phenomenal mom, like sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like most of the time. So to get your energy behind that more though, you say, I choose to believe that I show up as a great mom every day and I do my best every day. That will make your brain start to believe it faster. And then also just one thing going on the book thing, I just realized after all year of reading consistently that, like, I know I don't like to read. It's not something I enjoy doing. But at the same time, what I just noticed this past week is that it is in a way therapeutic, because in order to read, you have to have like a quiet space without a TV, without kids running around, without anything going on. And so that's the only time that I have that, is whenever I pencil in a few minutes to read. And so it actually is really therapeutic. And so it's not that I really truly enjoy reading, but it does kind of calm me. I'm not on my phone. I'm not doing anything besides reading. Like, I know whenever Chris is reading because she's not texting me back. So it's quiet time for her. It's the only quiet time she gets. So it's actually good for you. Like, regardless of like the reading itself, it's good for your brain to get that kind of a break, because you actually have to slow down to be able to read and interpret and absorb that information. So those are my little tips on like books and affirmations.
Also, along with that, like, I know every book you guys put into chat or anything, I automatically look it up. Like, I was just looking up the Secrets to the Millionaire Mind. And I put it, if I can't buy it at the time, or I can't download it through our Kindle unlimited reading, whatever, I will put it on my wish list to buy as soon as I can. But as far as the reading goes, like, even in general, like, I'll do my interactions and stuff, but I won't reply to anybody's messages at all until 10 a.m. That's when I scheduled for it, so that I can do the stuff that focuses on me. Like, I do my workout, I do my 3 steps, I do my reading before I do all that. So I feel like that helps a lot too, because you're not stressing yourself out too much with it first thing in the morning.
Yeah, and that's another thing when you're tracking your habits and the things that we're going to be doing over the next 30 days and trying different things and trying different times to do things, you're going to realize when you do your best work. So it just hit me the other day. I told Kiana, I was like, I really need to make stories. I need to make new unfolds, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I do my best with those in the mornings. And I don't know why I didn't realize that until recently, but like my brain flows better in the morning. So I've been trying to like I said, I'll get up and I'll read. And then if I need to make unfolds, I do them in the morning. My brain does better at that point. Maybe because it's not fried from all the other things that I did by the end of the day. I cannot make stories at night. My brain is just done. So that's another thing, like, really think about those things. If you sit down and you're like pumped up and you make a good post, think about what you were surrounded with at that time. Was it morning? Was it nighttime? Were your kids asleep? What were you doing? Did you have a candle burning? Whatever. Think about those things that help you at that time of being whatever successful. And then there's one thing, somebody mentioned fear, and I want to share this before I forget it again. I read in, I don't know which book it was, but the difference between fear and faith, Kiana's going to be so proud because I never remember shit. The difference between fear and faith is just the outcome in your head. So fear is a negative outcome. Okay, I'm going to be 40K. No, I can't go 40K because whatever. Negative outcome, that's fear. Or I'm going to be 40K because I just know I'm confident, I got this, I'm going to make it happen. Faith. It was a positive outcome. So that's the only difference. And your fear and your faith is the outcome that you're giving it, the mindset that you're thinking about it. The only difference between fear and faith is the outcome, whether it's negative or positive, whatever your brain goes to, whatever your mindset goes to. So that's what you've got to correct. So if I think, oh, I'm never going to lose weight, that's fear. That's a fear that I'm never going to lose weight. Or I could be positive about it and have faith that I'm going to make it happen. And I don't know if everybody's a believer on here, and that's totally fine if you're not, because faith isn't just, in a God or whatever that you believe. It can just be in you. So I wanted to put that out there before I forgot.
One, thank you for saying about that it doesn't have to be a religious thing, because it
Yeah.
really doesn't.
Right.
But also with the whole fear and faith and mindset thing, I wanted to bring up in the book I am reading, the mindset one that I mentioned, they put it as, like instead of saying I can't be 40K, you want to add the yet on there. Like, I just need to learn more. I need to figure out more. I can get there. It's just going to take me learning.
Yep. Okay. So affirmations and gratitude. Gratitude can be super simple. Like, I'm grateful for my best friend texting me this morning because I needed that pump up, or, just anything, whatever you're grateful for. Plan out your day and track your daily wins. So I don't want you all to think of daily wins as, oh, I signed a customer. That's a win, of course, but, oh, I got my tracker completed. Oh, I cleaned up today. Like, it can be the smallest freaking things, like, oh, I didn't yell at my kids today. Whatever a win is for you, I want you to write those down. I cooked dinner today instead of grabbing fast food. Like, I want you all to start tracking those things, because it's helping you be positive. It's helping you pump yourself up. It's helping you realize that you're not perfect, and that's fine, because I did this and whatever. So tracking any little freaking thing, like, I remembered this at the store. I want you all to start writing your wins down. You can share them in the group, because when people share things, it makes us think, oh, we got like 10 minutes left. It makes you think about, like, oh, well, that makes sense. Like if Jamie said, I bought a shirt for myself today. Oh yeah, I bought a shirt yesterday. Like, it makes you think of those things. And then planning out your day. Every day I get up, and you can do it the night before if you want to. I like to do mine in the mornings, but I get up and I plan out what I have to do. If I have to write down, I just was talking to the DJ about this. I put in my notes every day, if I have to pick up Elijah and if I have to drop him off. Like, I have to know these things, or I don't know what I'm doing with my life. If I'm supposed to meet Kiana, if I'm supposed to figure this out, it's in my notes. I write it down, because if it's not written down, it's gonna be forgotten. So that's one thing that I do. I want you all to plan out your day. So even if it's just looking at your tracker and writing a couple things that you have to accomplish that day, like do your dishes or whatever, because when I cross things off, I really like that. Highlight. Yeah, I know Amy shared her list the other day, and that was great too. So anything that you do, I want you to plan your days out. I'm trying to go quick. Write down your goals. I don't care if it's simple, like sign a customer today, talk to a customer today, check in with my customers today, follow up with this person today. Like, track your goals. What are your goals? I know the overall goal is go 4K, go 12K. So what are those small goals that's going to get you there? Do you need to sign customers and promoters? Then yeah. Do you need to check in with your people? Yes. Do you need to post about your mini packs? Yes. So what are your goals for the day? I know me and Kiana text all the time. We're like, okay, bills are this much. I need to make this much this week. So that's our goal. So I know every other day it's like, oh, I need to sell minis today. I need to sell 2 minis today. I need this. Think about those things. And you all are more than welcome to share anything in that group. I don't want the group to become like super overwhelming, like everybody's just gossiping in there or something, but I do want you all to be active and share. I know we talked about 10 new combos. It can be from stories. I like to interact and have conversations off of people's stories. That's just how I do best. Add to network. So I know Kiana says to track this, and this is what we talked about. Oh, I need to pull this up. Will you share? Are you busy? Will you share about tracking your followers real quick?
Yeah, just super quick. Whenever I've done mentorship programs like this before, that's actually one of the main things that I used, was having the small group that I had that I was kind of in charge of. We were actually like meeting weekly like this, and I wanted everybody to pick a day and write down their followers. So if you haven't heard me talk about this before, just you write down your friends and write down your followers. Pick a day of the week. Sunday, if you've never done it before or you've fallen off on doing it, what's today? Monday? Do it today. Go see exactly how many followers you have and exactly how many people you're following, and then how many friends you have on Facebook. And then next Monday, look at it again. Like, write it down somewhere, put it in your notes. If you want to drop a screenshot or something in the group, if you need to text somebody else, just to hold yourself accountable. And it's not to measure like oh, you went up by 5 or 50 or 500. That's not the point. The point of it is to show some sort of growth. If you went up by 5, that's cool. If you went down by 14, that's a problem. So that's kind of what you're measuring. And if you go down on followers because you were unfollowing people, that's also normal. Like, don't beat yourself up. If you know that like on Friday you're like hardcore unfollowing people, you're probably going to lose some followers, and that's fine. But that's just a way to track that like up and up and up and up and up progress, because until you actually look at those numbers, you don't know what you're doing wrong until you look and you're like, in the past 2 months, I've gained 14 followers. So I'm obviously not like growing my network, am I? So that it's just kind of a reflection moment.
Okay. Like I said, I'm just going to speed through all this, but the rest of it's kind of like self-explanatory. We know what we're doing. Engaging, we know how to engage. Make sure that you all are showing up to as many work with me's as you can. Even if that's not really your jam, like get on there and just do your thing, but at least just show up, because at the end of the day, you're showing your team that you're showing up to. I don't care if you have one person on your team or nobody, you're going to be so used to and consistent with it, you're just automatically going to get on. Because some people, like, you may sign someone and the work with me's are their jam. So when you show up, they're going to follow your lead, and then it's going to help them grow their business. Social media posts. I know we had questions about that. You should be posting every day. And I want to hold you all accountable to your pages being cleaned and updated. And I don't mean like have a perfect preset. I don't mean none of that. When I say clean, I mean when people go to your page, they know what you're about. So is your family, your whatever, are you a sports mom? I don't care what it is. When they go to your page, I want them to be able to see who you are, what you do. You know, it don't have to say thrive, but like they know that you're doing a business. They know you take some bomb products. They know you love your family, and they know you love Starbucks. I don't know. When they go to your page, I want it to be clean. I don't want it to be every freaking post is shared. Like I said, you can go to my page right now. I did share something this week. It related to me, and it got, like 20 something likes. So that was cool with me. It's me though. So when I go to your page, I want it to be you. Like if I know Rebecca and I go to her page and I'm like, why did she share that? It's not even her. Like it's just like 50 giveaways. She's trying to win a photo contest. Like, and y'all are laughing, but it happens all the time. So make sure when I go to your page, it's super cleaned up and relatable and people know you and who you are and stuff. And then one either business or product related every day. And I'm not saying spam your timeline. You can go back and look at all my posts. You can take them and, change them up and use them if you would like to. It's totally fine with me. I know I don't have a problem with that. But you can go to my page and see that I take some products and I run a business. So sorry, we have like 3 minutes left. But and then, like I said, stay active in the group. You don't have to be on there every day. Most of my notifications are always muted. I just can't. So, but I make sure to check in every day. You can say good morning. Y'all have already been doing this, so y'all are amazing anyways. But let me think. I do want you all to do like a weekly reflection. I know me and Kiana talked about this. Think about what you did this week and how you could be a little better. And like I said, don't be hard on yourself as far as like, oh, I suck. But and then pick something that you did well this week. Did you do all your IPAs this week? Did you show up to the work with me's? Did you show up to the trainings? Did you learn something new? Did you read? Track what you're doing and what you're not doing with everything in life. We talked about tracking. Another thing I do want to mention is for you and your team, for the trackers, y'all know we'd say don't spend money. So if you do have credits, this is what I suggest. We need to make it a habit to start setting auto ships because of these trackers. So I'm not saying you have to run one this month. You can totally do it next month when you have your product credit. But instead of just ordering on the 2nd, we need to go ahead and set auto ships for the 5th, because you can enable those credits. You don't have to spend cash. You can it has like a button that says enable credits when auto ship runs, and they run off of your credits. But that way it's helping everyone's tracker. So if like you're under Kiana, it helps her tracker. Kiana's tracker helps my tracker. But just really helping each other with that and making sure we have our customer and our promoter auto ship trackers being filled up. Because at the end of the day, you're going to want your team to do that for you. If you all have someone on your team that just deserves a little recognition or a little pump up or really works hard or shows up or whatever, let us know their names. That way we can, really pour into them and shout them out and stuff. We're about to get cut off. So I love y'all. make sure you send me your addresses, your PayPal, Cash App, whatever, all of that. And yeah, that's just where we'll end. If I have anything else, we'll just jump back on one day and talk about all of it. But that's the gist of what we're going to be doing. And we're just going to have fun, lots of fun. We're going to level up together. And I can't wait to see where we are a week from now. So I love y'all.